Oh, hello again, friends. It's me, Mr. Prof, coming to you once again from Jonathan's bedroom here in beautiful, sunny Santa Monica, California. This is our first video lesson of the new year. That's very exciting. And we're also starting a brand new unit. We're going to be talking about the weather. We're going to be writing about and making observations about the weather outside our houses, which is very exciting. And to sort of kick all this off, I've actually got a little story I want to read you. Now let's see if I can remember how to do this, how to share my screen. I think I hit that share button. I think I hit the desktop button. And nope, I think I hit the share button. I think I hit the desktop button. And there we go. Ah, finally. So you should be seeing a story called Curious Sophia. Oh, and my mouse just decided to stop working. Curious Sophia. I wonder if I could actually get a little pointer that would be easier for you to see. Let me switch to that and close this. There we go. So this story is called Curious Sophia, and here's Sophia. What does that word curious mean? Think about what that word curious means. So curious means you're interested in finding out about something. If you're curious about cars, that means you're interested in learning everything there is to know about cars. If you're curious about animals, that means you're interested in learning more about animals. So here we have Curious Sophia, and I wonder what she is curious about. Let's go ahead and start the story and see if we can figure that out. Meet Sophia. Sophia is a very curious young girl. She asks many questions about the world around her to anyone who will listen. Why is the sky blue? She wonders. Why don't airplanes fall from the sky? She asks. Sophia loves learning, like some of you guys. In addition to being very curious child, Sophia likes to be prepared for anything that comes her way. Throughout her young life, she has used her curiosity and preparedness to do some pretty remarkable things. All right, so there's another word in there. We just talked about the word curious. So now I think we need to talk about the word prepare. And here's that word again, prepared. So that Sophia is curious and she's always prepared for the things that are going to come. Prepared means you're getting ready. You get ready for something that happens. Like you would prepare for dinner by washing your hands and maybe helping your parents set up the table. So prepared means to get ready. Oop. Curious Sophia, page 2. When Sophia was 4, she really wanted a pet goldfish. Her mom told her, you need to learn about goldfish first. Then you can have your own pet goldfish. So Sophia's older brother read books to her. She looked at pictures and she talked to experts at the pet store to learn more about goldfish. The more she learned, the more curious she became. What else can I learn about fish? She wondered. So not only did Sophia learn about goldfish, she learned about all kinds of fish. Because when Sophia gets curious, she gets very curious. She learned about fish that live in lakes, and fish that live in rivers, and fish that live in the ocean too. When Sophia finally brought her goldfish home, she was very prepared to care for it because she had learned so much about fish. So here we see an example of Sophia being very curious and using that curiosity to learn stuff. And then when she learned stuff, she was prepared. She wanted to get a goldfish. So she was curious about how to take care of the goldfish. That made her go out and read books and talk to people who knew about fish. And because she learned so much about fish, she was better prepared. She was better ready to take care of them when she finally got them. Interesting. Boop. When Sophia was 5, she really wanted to help take care of her baby sister. Her mom told her, you need to learn about babies first. Then you can help care for your baby sister. So Sophia's older brother read books to her. She looked at pictures and she talked to her parents. She talked to parents in the neighborhood to learn more about babies. The more she learned, the more curious she became. What else can I do to learn about babies? She wondered. So not only did Sophia learn about human babies, she learned about all kinds of animal babies. Because as you know, when Sophia gets curious, she gets very curious. She learned about puppies and kittens and even baby elephant babies too. When Sophia finally took care of her baby sister, she was very prepared to care for her because she had learned so much about babies. So Sophia wanted to be able to take care of her baby sister. Some of you have little baby brothers and sisters. And she was curious, how do you take care of a baby? So she had her brother read her some books. She talked to some people who were parents, and she learned about babies so that when her parents had another baby, she was prepared to help take care of that baby. Interesting. All right. Now we're going to get into some weathery stuff. Now Sophia is 6, and she wants to do something that many children her age want to do. She wants to pick out the clothes she will wear for the day. Her mom told her, "You need to learn about weather, Sophia. Then you can choose your own clothes for the day." Sophia wondered, how can I be prepared for any type of weather? What is weather anyway? She had heard of words like temperature and moisture and wind, but she doesn't know what they mean. So let's stop and talk about these real quick. So now she's talking about weather. She wants to be able to pick out her own clothes to wear when she leaves the house. And her mom's like, well, then you have to know what kind of clothes you have to wear, because you want to wear clothes that are appropriate for what the weather is like outside. So she wants to learn about weather so that she knows how to prepare herself for when she goes outside. Temperature, moisture, and wind, those are all part of weather. Temperature, I think we all understand what temperature means. Temperature is whether it's hot or whether it's cold, right? If you open up your refrigerator and put your hand inside, it's cold in there. But if you have a hot bowl of soup and you kind of hold that in your hands, it feels hot, it's warm. So we know that we know the difference between hot and cold, right? That's temperature. Moisture is a word that we use to describe how wet it is. If it's raining, if water is falling out of the sky, wet water is moisture. So there's rain is a form of moisture. Also, just the air that you're breathing right now, believe it or not, has little bits of water in it. You can't see them. They're super duper tiny. But even the air you're breathing right now has moisture. If you've ever been to a place that was very, very hot and humid, that's when there's a lot of moisture just in the air. And it feels really sticky. And wind, I think we all understand what wind is. Wind is sort of the air moving around us. The other night here at my house, it was actually very, very windy. And some things in my backyard fell over because of the wind. So temperature, moisture, and wind, those are 3 important things that make up weather. She certainly has different types of clothing, but she isn't sure when to use them. Sophia is so excited to learn about the weather, but she needs some help. Who can help her answer these questions? What is weather? How can I be prepared for any type of weather? Are you up to the challenge to help Sophia learn about the weather so she can be prepared? Yeah, I bet you are. So let's go and get started. So remember, when Sophia is curious about something, that means she wants to learn as much as she can about that thing. And that's what we're going to be doing here during our English language arts lessons. We're actually going to be learning about the weather. Miss Dano or myself, we should have read you a book already called Weather Words and What They Mean. So that's one way that we're going to learn about the weather. We're also going to learn about the weather by observing the weather outside. Observing. Observing means you're sort of looking for yourself. You're taking a look. So if we're observing the weather, that means we're going to go outside, look at what the weather is, and then write down what we see. And to do that, you're going to need one of these. Let me see if I can share desktop. Boom. Nope. Let's try that again. Share desktop. There we go. Share. All right, you're seeing this. Let's see if we can get over to my camera now on my desk. I hope this works. There we go. Let's go a little bit bigger, make that easier for you to see. So if you haven't already, I know in my class we talked about this on Tuesday. How do I focus that? That looks a little unfocused. That's better. You're going to make yourself a meteorologist notebook. What does meteorologist mean? That's a big, huge word. Meteorologist. M-E-T-E-O-R-O-L-O-G-I-S-T. That's a big word. A meteorologist is somebody who studies the weather. And so we're going to be meteorologists, and we're going to start recording what we notice about the weather outside. So in just a minute, when you're done with this video, here's what I want you to do. I want you to either open up a window or maybe go outside your house or outside your apartment. Take a look at what the weather is like outside. Is it hot? Is it cold? Is it raining? Is it sunny? Is it cloudy? Is the wind blowing? And you're going to draw and label a picture that shows what the weather is like outside. I did that earlier. I'm recording this on Sunday. So here today, Sunday, when I went outside my house, this is what I saw. I saw that it is sunny. It was sunny, but there were some clouds. They weren't blocking the sun, but there were some clouds. And I said, it is a little chilly. And a chilly is a way we describe whether it's hot or cold. Chilly means a little cold, but not super duper cold. So just now I went outside and I observed the weather and I drew a picture of what the weather looked like in my notebook. All right. So that is going to be your assignment for today. You're going to go outside, or you could even just open a window and look outside, but you're going to tell me what the weather is like outside where you live. Maybe where you live right now, it's cloudy. Maybe where you live right now, it's raining. Maybe where you live right now, well, it's probably not hot, but maybe it's colder than it is where I am. But you're going to go outside, observe the weather, and then draw a picture. And it would be even super cool if you could add words onto your picture. But you're going to describe what the weather is like outside. So that is going to be your assignment for today, dear friends. You're going to go outside and you're going to look at the weather. And on the first page in your meteorologist notebook, right here, day 1, you're going to go ahead and draw a picture and label it with words, what the weather looks like outside. Okay? Easy peasy lemon squeezy. Oh, and of course, when you're done with that, when you're done with your picture, you're going to go ahead and take a picture with your cell phone or your parent's cell phone, and you're going to send that to your teacher. Remember, you're going to take a picture of your work today and send it to your teacher. Okay, if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me or Miss Dano through Class Dojo or through email, and we can help you along. But today, day 1, look outside, make an observation about the weather, write that observation in your meteorologist notebook. Okay? All right, so on behalf of me and Miss Dano, this is Prof out. Bye.